And hello, and it's time for another CCT event. This time it's West Europe Series 1, and let's hope it's not gonna end up as a disaster as some of the previous events. So, I believe it's a single elimination, and yeah, it's a play of game, so you win, you move, you lose, you out. And probably we should start with the easiest games. Actually, we're gonna start with the ones on top. And got sent against Eyeballers. Pop, 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 pop. This is 50-50 game. However, um, I have more faith in Godsend, to be honest. I think that Eyeballers right now are more like a media project rather than actual team. And yes, Shine is playing well. Uh, Pepza is okay. JVs and Flusha are kinda meh. And Sapek, I don't know, just average tier 2 players. On the other side, Godsend, keep grinding. Joel, probably one of the prospects that was spoken multiple times about. Breaking, finally kind of gained some mercy. And Plopsky, Rusty, ZTR, well, they just good enough to help those two guys to kind of move on. So after this event, I believe that Godsend gonna overtake Eyeballs in the HLTV rankings as well. So got sent in this one. Then game a Legion against Tricked. And I am kind of in, I don't know, in disbelief of game a Legion doing any damage. But against Tricked, uh, they are good enough to kind of win over them on the individual level. Because Tricked, they have that good team synergy, but when they have to make decisions, it's just meh. Like 1v1 situations, 1v2, the clutch opportunities, they just, I don't know, they need some changes. And these players, I don't know, not good enough. Especially Nodius is just, I don't know how he's still in the team. Uh, on the other side, Gamer Legion, um, I believe they probably grinding hard. I don't know, don't have any information about them, but I would assume they're grinding hard to uh, play the RMRs again, and this will be a great opportunity for them to actually test themselves. So I would say it's a good option to kind of go through probably even semifinals, and depending if there will be any upset in these games, maybe even to the final. Who knows? Now Havo against Illumina. Uh, Havo is one of those teams where you just look at them, you think like, okay, they're good enough to be tier two teams, but as soon as they're gonna face someone else, it's just GG. So Illumina is exactly one of those tier two teams where it should be enough for Havo to beat them. Yes, even the rankings are saying so, like over 20 positions in rankings between them, but Polish teams are on the rise kind of recently, and maybe maybe after the Paris Major we're gonna see some I know some big shuffles in Polish scene where we're finally gonna have one really strong Polish team, and then the rest of them kind of tier free again. Because at the moment the best is probably nine, and I would say they can get some changes to actually improve their lineup. Um, so yeah, Havu should be taking this one. Bad News Eagles against Coalesce. Oh, they are good, but against Bad News Eagles, it's GG. I would say if they were playing any other team other than Bad News Eagles, they would have a quite good chance to actually go through. But against Bad News Eagles, unlucky. So now let's continue with this side of the bracket. Godson against Game Legion. As I already mentioned, it's probably going to be like a 2-1 game in which probably Game Legion going to take it. so they're gonna advance to semifinals. Avo against Bad News Eagles. Um, I'm not sure I've seen Bad News Eagles playing against Scandinavian teams that often. So with the playstyle clash, we can see an upset over here, potential upset. I'm not sure it's gonna be like 2-0 upset, but 2-1, I can see it. But other than that, I know Bad News Eagles are kind of favorites to me. And in a game, Bad News Eagles against Gamer Legion, uh, I would give a slight edge to Bad News Eagles, especially they just played the LAN event. But I don't know if they're gonna have enough rest in between the games, and if this game's gonna be like two games a day, we can run on into some issues, right? Because guys need some rest, and this event starting tomorrow, and today they playing the multi event. Like the worst case scenario, if guys are not making it on time to kind of play the game, well, what are they supposed to do? Yeah, it's kind of tomorrow already. So I believe that you're gonna play the game from the facilities where they had right at the moment. And other than that, they can even forfeit the game. I don't think it's gonna kind of make any change to them, especially with the prizes. 22K for the first place, and yeah, they can just give it up. So the worst case scenario, uh, they're just gonna forfeit the game, and then we're gonna have the Corliss just going, maybe even beating Avu, and then probably losing to Game Legion, or I would say Game Legion, yeah. So for me, on this side of the bracket, it's most likely gonna be Game Legion that's gonna go all the way. Because for them, it's a great opportunity. Same for Godsend, but in terms of individual skill, uh, Game Legion are kind of my favorite on this side of the bracket. So now we get into the fun part, to the stacked one. BIG against Spirit Academy, and this can be probably the biggest upset of the whole event. And Spirit Academy, I am kind of on the hype train. I really like the way Donk is playing. Well, yes, on the other side they are farming like tier 3. They also like beating some tier 2 teams. If we look, they were playing RMR, I think, or whatever. They were being like Endpoint and some other teams, and yeah, they're actually quite decent. Like they're being tricked, they're being into the breach, they're being FTV, eyeballers. Well, they lost to eyeballers, but still, like Flames 16-14, lost against 500. Like they have some good results, right? But in general, uh, we might run into some issues with the like electricity problems or whatever, right? Because Spirit still has some Ukrainian players, which might affect, yeah, like Buzz and Zontix. It might really affect, and yeah. So with all this said, this potentially can be an upset, huge upset, but in general, Big should just go through. Uh, Falcons and Blue Jays. Um, I don't know what to expect from Falcons, to be honest. Um, for me, they kind of turning into the project of kind of eyeballers of French scene, but uh, it kind of should be enough to beat Blue Jays. I know, probably should be enough to beat Blue Jays, but I'm not going to be surprised if I see Falcons losing. So this is like 55-45 game, and yeah, still Falcons going to go through. Sprout against Thai Nation. This is very interesting one. iNation just qualified to. I think they did. I think they qualified to the RMR. So Sprout, Woodbury, Refresh, only on individual level, like players like Lawn and Star. can actually go nuts and just destroy the guys. But uh, I kind of have more faith into iNation in this one, and I'm not going to be surprised to see even 2-0. It's going to be a tough scenario, but not going to be surprised to see 2-0. So for me, it's iNation that's going to go through here. Last but not least, Force also qualified for the Arma. This is going to be uh, a good opportunity for them to practice. And Young Ninjas, they actually have a decent lineup. Era is I'm not gonna say he's very good, but he's decent. Maxter already played some interesting games. LNZ, well, we know about LNZ. So this is a kind of very young and uh, perspective team, right? They can actually do well. But this scenario, I'm still gonna go through with the Force, and yeah, BIG against Falcons. Um, Most likely Big gonna take it, and yeah, I'm just gonna go probably, if not all the way, then to the semifinal for sure. iNation against Force. Uh, at this point, I have some doubts against iNation's kind of skill level when they're gonna play real like tier 2 tier 1.5 teams. Because like Force at the moment, they have loads of experience. They have really uh, young and promising players. When iNation is they kind of playing against all odds. So still, I have to give the Force a slight edge on this one. And for me, it's going to be Force that's going to be advancing. Uh, Still, I see the possibility of iNation also beating Force. And yeah, Force against BIG. This should be kind of probably not easy win for Big, but if they don't screw up and they don't really try like a lot of new strats, they should be beating current Force. But again, Force only now start getting kinda the team play and everything, and I believe they're going to be playing strongest maps, and I think they want to get as much practice as possible. So they're going to be fighting for every single map. And for Big, this event is just gain some practice, and I doubt that if there'll be a situation where Big gonna find themselves losing like 8-14, they're gonna really try really hard and just gonna try to do a comeback or whatever. So uh, with that in mind, I think that four is gonna go all the way to the final, just because for Big this event means nothing, just some practice. So Force and Game of Legion are my two teams that, in my eyes, are probably gonna make it. Yes, not two of the favorites that you expected, but I'm trying to see how cards can play out over here. And with all of this, probably Game Allegiance should be taking their first event. They've been playing for a while in this lineup, and it's probably time for them to win something. So, with that said, let's just jump into the lineup. So, I am an Acre, probably two carries that should be winning, and they slightly over 200k. So that's a great option. Then I'm gonna stay away from Bad News Eagles. If they go through all the way, great. But as I already mentioned, I think they might even skip this event. I don't know if they will or not, but yeah. Now we move to Force. Result of the previous kind of games has proven himself that he's a decent player. Crad, underwhelming, but Result actually showed some promise, especially on LAN. And again, uh, for Force, it's kind of similar situation that is with the Bad News Eagles. Uh, I have no idea where they're gonna play and what they're gonna do, but they should be there. And yeah, now we're gonna go and just get to probably bad news Eagles players. So I'm a big Crimbo fan. Actually, I'm gonna skip this. I'm a Crimbo fan, and probably for Kito is a good opportunity to actually grab him. And is there anything possible to get? Not really, only Sotvic. So unfortunately, I have to swap one of these players, and maybe I'll have to swap IM and get someone else. Well, probably Isaac, and I have to pick him as well. But in general, let me just see his stats. Uh-huh. Matches. What are the stats? Ooh, not the best ratings. Kind of poor. On the big. Okay, this was irrelevant event. And if we actually look at the game, take Chaos. Is he doing that well? Have they changed any roles? Because I haven't seen them playing in a while. And let's see. Oof. Against Falcons, okay. Not bad, but in general, kind of poor. Okay. And Shuhi. What about him? And let's see the details. And again, not the best stats. Okay. BIG players. How about this? Still gonna go with IM, but I'm gonna pick result. And what am I left with? 180. Fine. I'd love to pick Sotvic too, but also Buzz is a decent option. Or the iNation players. Lumina, iNation. Kind of overpriced, but Depression is fairly priced. Actually, let me try it this way. Aka is going to be my Opa. That's 100%. Then, just gonna go purely based on the ratings. Well, he's gonna be calling, so it's probably gonna be Chaos still. I'm gonna pick Chaos as a IGL probably. Then I will go with the Crimbo. I'm gonna stay away from Hyped. And in this situation, Tapson is a good option, but probably it's gonna be Keto a better option. And then last but not least, I'm gonna pick a Depression, because he showed some promise and he's a really, really good player as well. So yeah, and I have 1k left. So I'm gonna lock this and let's see what roles can we get. So obviously Kale is gonna be my Opa. And since I believe they're gonna go all the way through, Kale is gonna be my IGL. Crimbo. Uh, what? Probably yes. Then Keto most likely going to be entry fragging a lot. If no, then he's a really good headshot machine. And Depression gonna go either as a multi-frag or defender. Uh, Probably defender. Let's hope for the best. Against Sprout, do I want to see this? No, I don't. I want to see points versus Strict. Can you just destroy them? probably can 30 bomb. I don't know, maybe. But just top of the scoreboard. Chaos, probably assists. Crimbo against Team Spirit. Um, Flashbangs, probably gonna throw some flashes. And then Keto is gonna get baited 100%. So yeah, this is my lineup. That's my thoughts. And yeah, good luck and let's have some fun.